Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us this afternoon for the webinar that we're hosting as the admissions team here at Texila American University. My name is Dr. Nisarg Patel. I'm the Director of Admissions here, and I'm joined by my colleague here, Ms. Alnar Damani, who is the Senior Associate Director of Admissions at the program. And we're lucky to have Mr. Ikechukwu Izakile. He is a medical student at the program and currently in clinical rotations at the program. Our goal here today is to talk about we'll talk about everything from his experience in admissions, his experience at the program, and other questions that we typically see pre-med students and other students who are thinking about medical school ask current medical students. So with that, what I'd like to do is I'd like to give the stage to Mr. Ikechukwu here to introduce himself, tell us a little bit about his journey to Texila American University, and going forward, I'll refer to him as Ike because he's kind enough to let us use his nickname during during this discussion today. So, Ike, please take it away.
Good afternoon. My name is Ikechukwu Izakile. So. Texila has been great to me. My medical school journey is taking a few steps to get to where I am right now. Originally from Nigeria, and now I'm in the United States. So moving to Guyana to be in a new environment, it's different, but it's an experience that I will not. I will not give away. So I really love that experience at Guyana.
That's awesome. So what I wanted to start our discussion here with is if you could tell us how you found out about our program. When you were first exploring different medical schools, I'm sure you came across other international medical school options. What made you choose Texila as your medical school? Where you'd complete your medical education.
When I was deciding to attend Texila, I had good colleagues, good friends that were already in Texila, and they gave me real positive feedback about Texila. Then after that, I did my research about the college. I checked on the accreditation, checked on the tuition, checked on the location and all that, and I checked on the goals of the school and the reviews from past students who've gone through the program, and everything was positive. So after that, I decided that this was the school for me to attend to continue my medical education.
That's great. I think you hit a couple of really important points, so I'd like to unpack that a little bit. So you mentioned accreditation. You mentioned other students who had recommended the program to you. So how important was selecting a school from when you're considering international programs and accreditations? Because there's so many other options out there. How did the accreditation component play a part in your decision?
Oh yeah, that did play a big role because eventually I know that I'll be practicing in the United States. So I wanted to make sure that when that time comes to take my step 1 exam, my step exams, that there will be no issues with transition into residency. So that did play a big role to make sure that the school is recognized.
That's and I appreciate you mentioning that, and to students who are listening and parents that are listening to our discussion here, accreditation is a huge piece of the puzzle when you're thinking about international programs, because you want to make sure that not only the medical education that you're receiving is held to the same standard as the medical education that is being delivered here in North America. But when you go to an international program, these accreditations also play a part in your pathway to residency, and I think that's what you're referring to. That when it comes to the end of your medical school pathway, and the options of where you can apply for residency. So I think we're jumping a little bit ahead of ourselves here. So let me kind of go a little bit back in time with your current academic experience in the program. Can you give us a typical day in the life of a student in clinicals at Texila? You don't have to go right down to hour by hour if you want to, but what does a typical day look like for you?
A typical day in the rotations. Right now, I just finished off cardiology rotations. So a typical day will be getting to the hospital, going to the critical care unit, and then I look to see what new patients we received. Then under the guidance of my preceptor and other residents, I would go in and have an interview with the patients, get the physical, the vitals, write a progress report. And at the end of that, with my GMOs, I will come up with a plan to continue on the patient's treatment. And after a plan like that, and the rounds will be conducted, and now the attendant will round with us, and we'll round see all the patients that were seen by all the students. There will be feedbacks given, so we'll listen to presentation. So it's a great learning experience, very hands-on, and it's a big community of students. So you're learning from the attendant, you're learning from the other residents, GMOs, you're learning from other doctors, and then you have all the students around you too. And it's a big teaching hospital, so it does really help the learning process. So I really appreciate that environment at the hospital.
Okay, awesome. So what time do you think you would say that you typically start your day and typically end your day? And when does your study time in the afternoon or in the evening start?
Okay, so my day will typically, I'll leave the house 7:30. I should already be out of the house trying to head on to the hospital. I have to start at least by 8 o'clock. I should already have my new, because I live close to the hospital. So by 8 o'clock, I should already be getting acquainted with my patients' charts and getting ready to go see them. Then in terms of studying, Texila does have a clinical office close to the hospital. So during my breaks, I would go on there to study. And at the end of the day, kind of like about 3:30, 4 o'clock, I'll be now heading back to the house. If there's a day I want to put in extra work, I could head to Texila campus, or I might go to a coffee shop and just sit down and study some more. So that's what my day is like.
That's awesome. I think what I heard, and I bet a lot of the students that are listening to this discussion are going to hear as well, is that, oh, there's a coffee shop that I can stop by in between my rotations to be able to take a break. So that's really awesome. And I think to showcase that, when you're coming to Texila American University, a typical medical student life or life in a day of a medical student is going to be fairly comparable to what a student experience is in the United States or in Canada. I think you start your day early, you go and check on the patients that you're assigned, and then you follow your preceptor to make sure that you're presenting a good plan, and then ultimately you end up rounding with the attending to make sure that you're able to follow not only the entire patient log, but figure out if your plan that you put together is correct, make some changes to it, and of course all the clinical skills that you build along the way. If we had to kind of think about the resources that are available to you from not only the clinical coordinators that are in the hospital, what about on campus? What are the resources that are available to you there that have helped you so far in your clinicals?
In preparation for the clinicals, it did really make a difference to have an kind of like an AI model of the clinicals. It's called Cyberpatient. So with the Cyberpatient, we go in, see different cases, create plans. So even before getting to the clinical portion, you already have experience with note-taking, assessing the patient. So that technology really helped out. And also, the library is a very conducive place to study, and the environment in general is it's very encouraging. And so the Cyberpatient really played a big role to prepare me for the clinical practice. I really appreciate that.
Awesome, and I'm glad you mentioned the specific simulator and the actual application that is used. And Cyberpatient, along with some of the other resources, they are part of the part of the resources that are available to all students when they come to Texila American University. So I'm glad you mentioned the actual simulation software there. So you talked about your experience in clinicals, your day-to-day as a student. You also mentioned housing. You mentioned that you typically are going back and forth from your house to the clinicals, or maybe to the hospital or to the campus. Can you tell us a little bit more about your non-academic life in Guyana? What do you like to do in a typical day? Maybe give us an example of a weekend where you're not studying for exams, and then another weekend where you are studying for exams.
Typically, I'm always studying, even with the examinations. So no examination, I'm always studying. But I do like going to they have nice malls. I do like going to the malls. They have nice restaurants in the malls. They have a movie theater there, and they do have a Starbucks right next to the mall, close to school. So during the weekends, I can just go there, unwind a little bit. And the housing, you basically search for houses. Facebook does help on Facebook Marketplace. So with that, you can find a reasonable accommodation close to the school. Sometimes even when I have time, instead of taking transportation back home, I just walk all the way from the campus back to the house. So that's good exercise. But in terms of downtime, the Massey Mall. So I like going to the Massey Mall and try to relax over there. That's what I do most of the time.
Okay, that's awesome. I'm glad you mentioned that you how you commute back and forth from the campus and to your housing. We as the admissions team typically try our best to provide different housing options for incoming students. But as you mentioned, there are other local options that students can also can use in order to find affordable housing, because again, some of the housing can be a different price range. Sometimes a really luxurious place can be quite expensive and can be comparable to some of the housing that's available here in the United States, and some housing that is just as good, but you just have to kind of do your additional research to make sure that you find a good deal. So that's really, and I'm also really glad to hear that you mentioned that you walk back and forth from the campus, which tells me that students should feel really confident when they're down in Georgetown, and not worry about being in a non-North American setting or a not a first world kind of setting. You're in a developing country, but your safety is never something that you're worried about. You're okay with going to new restaurants, and there's other amenities that are available for students, especially if you're trying to compare your student life in the United States to student life in Guyana. I would, the immediate question, I wanted to ask you a question about your clinicals, but before I do that, I wanted to ask you, what has been your favorite experience so far while you're in Guyana? Maybe you can pick one that has been an academic experience and another that has been a non-academic experience. So maybe you can pick a favorite food or a festival that you went to, or some other activity that you did.
I would go with academic. So during my clinicals, so it's more of the hands-on experience that I get with the patients, going to the echo labs, going to the ECG labs. So that hands-on, that hands-on experience is something that I've always looked for, and the direction of the preceptor in that regard. So it's a wide variety of cases that I get to see and learn from. So academically, it's a big thing. And non-academic, I would say, just moving around in the city. I going to the marketplaces. So I like that interaction in the community. So it's a friendly environment. I would say it's a really friendly environment. Moving around in the big marketplaces, traders have their things all set up, and then you shop, you haggle prices, things like that. So I actually kind of like that experience a little bit. Yeah, so that's it in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. And I think one of the things that I want to convey here through our discussion is that our students at Texila, whether you're in Guyana or if you continue on to do your clinical rotations in the States, you'll have both of those options, right? You're not too far away from your resources that you need academically to make sure that you're succeeding, but at the same time, non-academic support is also available, and if you're looking for additional support, you can always go to the campus and ask for some resources here. So what I would like to do is I would like to kind of go a little bit back in time and go all the way to about your admissions process, because I think a lot of the listeners to our discussion will be students who are thinking about applying in the upcoming cycle, or they're thinking about putting together their personal statements, or putting together, getting ready medical school interview. So if we could kind of reorient ourselves to that stage, and I'm going to ask you some questions about your admissions experience here, okay? So when you first started preparing your medical school application, and you found out about the rolling admissions at our program, we have 2 intakes each year, one in March and one in September. So that kind of gives you some freedom to apply at different times of the year, and you're not locked into an annual cycle, which we typically are in the United States and in Canada. When you're thinking about your overall medical school application prep, what kind of goes on? What is the kind of thought process when you're putting together your resume and your personal statement, and specifically about the content of both of those, and what would you advise students who are putting together the application to do that you think that you could have done better?
Preparation, organization, so no procrastination. So that's one thing. So in getting the recommendations and the personal statements, the earlier you start getting all in place, your personal statements, and get them all compiled so you can easily submit them for review. So that's one thing I would recommend. So it's best to not procrastinate, get the ball rolling, get the requirements, because a lot of times if you put in the time to get it set up, it doesn't take too long. So I would say the process, the help that you get, the advice that you get from the college on the steps to take was very helpful, and it kind of set the tone to what you see in the university when you get there. So it's a smooth process. You just have to get started, don't procrastinate, and everything that's required submit it in a timely manner. So it's great if you send in a timely manner so that you can start with your college education, your medical education. Yeah, so that's one thing I would say. Just get the ball rolling and do your due diligence, do your research, get the required documents, and then the school is here to support you every step of the way. And when you get there, you see that for yourself.
Awesome. And I'm sorry if I put you in a tough spot trying to remember what you wrote in your personal statement, because typically I remember after I got accepted to medical school, I forgot about everything in my application. So I feel bad for kind of having you kind of think back to what you wrote in your personal statement, but that's exactly it, right? To not wait for the next deadline or the next admission cycle or what have you. It's from what I hear, what you're recommending is don't procrastinate, get the documents ready, and then talk to somebody at the admissions team. Maybe that's the best way to get the first push the first domino down, essentially. If you could kind of tell us a little bit about your preparation for the medical school interview, because I know a lot of students are nervous about that, the medical school interview itself. At Texila American University, we have the multiple mini interviews as part of the admissions process. So can you tell us about your preparation for the medical school interview, and what advice you would give students who are putting together their application?
In getting ready for the interview, so the interview is the professor getting to know you, getting to know you telling the professor what why you want to go into the medical field, what drives you. So showing that zeal, showing that mindset of helping So in that mindset of putting your patient at the top, caring. So that's one thing that the interview is looking at, and seeing you're professional, because it's a professional field. So you have to portray that professionality, and it's just more of the professor, your interviewer knowing more about you. So in preparation, so just be able to tell why you're going into medical field, experiences you've had in the past that is driving you towards this field, any kind of obstacles you faced that is hindering you, and what you see yourself doing maybe in a few years. So it's a getting to know. So I wouldn't say it's not something to overly stretch yourself. Just prepare and practice, and the admissions process with the documents. Just the personal statement is the same thing. They want to know what drives you, what's your motivation. Are you what is needed in the medical field? Will you go above and beyond for your patient? What experiences have you had in the past? So things like that is what your personal statements, and then your credentials, your transcripts, and things like that. Just so the earlier you start making studying and having your grades up to standard, the best, because you will. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of studying. So it's just you prepare. Your preparation getting here is enough. But when you get here, you also put in a second gear so that you will get all the benefits of the school, get all the benefits of this university. Yeah.
Absolutely, and I love that analogy that you just used, which is to put it in second gear, and it tells me that there's different levels of preparation, and that you have to adapt to that different level of hard work and academic academic demand, the rigor of the academics that is required for students when they're in clinicals. And I think you're absolutely right. Preparation, and then making sure that you practice. I think that is a really good one that I didn't get a chance to write down here, but I think picking students who are listening out there about how to prepare for your application or for the medical school interview, grab a partner, grab another student, or maybe not somebody that you know very well, somebody that doesn't know you very well, and set up some time and do some back and forth practice questions, and expect some tough questions to be asked, so that you can prepare yourself for the interview. I think you're absolutely right about making sure that you know your profile really well, knowing your own academic history, what motivates you to go to medical school, and what interests you in medicine. I think those things, keeping those three things as a global view as you're preparing for your application, I think is a really great set of great pieces of advice that you can kind of keep in your arsenal as you're getting ready to apply for medical school or you're exploring other healthcare professions. So I have so thank you for sharing that. I have another question that I'd like to ask about the application that you put together, and specifically in regards to the letters of recommendations that you had to submit as part of the application. I will not ask you, of course, who you chose or what kind of letters of recommendation and how you pursued the letters of recommendation, because I think different people have different relationships with their mentors and mentees or professors that they work with. what is a general piece of advice that you could give to students when they are choosing their referees for the letters of recommendation, given that our application requires at least one academic letter of recommendation as part of the application?
Yes, in that regard, I would recommend a professor that the student currently is under, or maybe the dean, the current dean, and requested if you have a professor that you did really great in their class, and you have a closer mentor relationship, you want to reach out. And if you feel like you did not have that close relationship with the professor, it still does not hurt to reach out. You'd be surprised that even if you feel like they don't know you, you don't know them, but they actually do know you, because in class they do pay attention to their students. So I would say just go ahead and request that letter of recommendation from your professors, because most of your professors, they want to see you excel. So they know what you're capable of doing. So seeing that you are taking this additional step, a lot of professors will definitely see the positive in you, see see what you've done, and then be able to express that in words that will that other healthcare professionals will be able to know what you're capable of doing in future. So I would say go ahead and request that recommendation, even if you have a professor you've worked under, that's great. But if you feel like I was not really close to this professor, still ask, and you'll be surprised that they actually know you by name, and then they will give you that recommendation letter.
Awesome. And I think you're absolutely right. Like students who are thinking about, oh my God, who am I going to reach out to get my letters of recommendation? And a lot of the times, that referee might just be sitting in that in one of the classes that they've completed, where they've received an A or an A plus, or did excellent in the lab portion of it. And you may not know that the professor knows about you already, but I think it's a great way and a great piece of advice from a current student, saying that just put yourself in front of the professor and ask them. You'll be surprised at the answer that you get, especially if you're thinking long term and you're planning ahead to apply to medical school. Most professors are ready to support within their capacity. So thank you for answering that. I do want to take a bit of a tangent here into finishing our discussion about admissions, and specifically related to transcripts and other documents that are required. So what I'll mention here is that even if you went to a different program or an international program, we accept transcripts from accredited universities, and once you submit your official transcripts, they will either be assessed through one of the education services for their equivalency for the program too. So most students don't run into any issues as long as they've attended a pre-med program or an undergraduate education that is accredited. And when they submit their official transcripts, that's what the admissions team submits to the committee for review. That's great. So what I'd like to do here in closing with our discussion here with our student, Dr. Ike, is that I'd like to throw some rapid fire questions at you, maybe one or two or three if you're ready for it. So try your best to answer these questions as quickly as you can, and we'll see here. Okay. So what is your favorite food or a favorite snack?
My favorite snack will be croissants. So
All right. Excellent. Croissants. All right. What is your go-to song for when you want to listen to some music, or if you want to just tune everything out?
It's more like a genre. So I like Afrobeats. So I just
Okay.
put on an Afrobeat collection, different musicians, and that kind of puts me in the zone to study and then also to take breaks through studying. So I do like
Okay.
Afrobeats. Yes.
All right. Fair enough. And then my final question is, if you had, well, I'll put this one aside. Actually, I'll ask you the next one. Uh, if you had to restart your medical school application, what is one thing you would do differently?
Started earlier, but the whole process was really smooth.
Mhm.
My transcript being evaluated, getting feedback on things that I needed. So everything in the process was really smooth. I can't think of a hiccup in the way in the process, but I just feel like I should have I should have started sooner. So that's the only in my process. Not done any kind of a procrastination. Just start earlier. That's what I would say. Yes.
Fair enough. Well, I apologize for the curveball at the end, because
That's it.
I knew you were expecting a more of a casual question, and I threw you this curveball. But I think that was kind of my thought here, is that I don't think you should do anything differently, because you're in medical school, you're in rotations right now, and I think this is exactly where students who are thinking about medical school or thinking about international programs, they should expect to be in your position. Get ready for a different environment. Go to a program where they can truly academically support you. They also have other non-academic support that's available to you when you're coming to a new country and adjusting to a new culture. All right. So what I'd like to do here is close out by giving you the opportunity to talk to the audience and tell them a little bit about maybe some takeaway advice from our discussion today, and then I'll close out our discussion here.
Yeah. My advice to future candidates, future students, is to prepare ahead, get everything required for the admission process, get that in place. The team is great. Even being here in Guyana, I love it over here in Guyana. So it's a great environment, great college environment. The people here also are great. The lecturing is great. A lot of personal touch. During my transition, you get to the interaction in class. You get to meet a lot of the preceptors you'll be seeing in the clinicals. They'll come into campus to teach you. So it's the preparation is real. It's like you're being prepared to succeed. So I would definitely recommend that. And yeah, in general, I've had a great experience, and I would say just get the ball rolling, and you won't regret it. That's what I would say. As long as you're ready to put in the work, you're ready to study. You have the option to study or not to study. If you decide to study, you will reap the benefits. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Awesome. I don't think I could add anything more to that. So what I want to close with here is thank you so much, Ike. We really appreciate your time. I know that you're busy with clinical rotations right now. You're finishing up your cardiology rotation, and you're starting your psychiatry rotation soon here. So We really appreciate you taking the time out of the day to talk to us and have this discussion. We know that you've been an excellent resource for our for the admissions team, and I know that we can reach out to you when if students had additional questions or parents had additional questions for you. So we're really looking forward to seeing you become the mentor for incoming students and the classes that are before you. Thank you once again for listening, everybody, to our discussion here. Our goal here today was to showcase one of our many Texila students that are currently in the program, and we look forward to having another one of these discussions with another student and giving you guys the opportunity to learn about our not only our program, but the students and the future doctors that Texila's path can lead you to. So thanks again, everybody, for your time. Thank you, Ike. Thank you, Ms. Damani, for joining us this afternoon. We appreciate your time. Take care.
Thanks.